Hi guys, Craig here again. Today we're going to jump in and take a look at Clickup 2.0. Now this is an all-in-one project management tool that has projects, tasks, docs, chat, goals, and more. It's a really interesting tool. I've been playing around with it for a couple of weeks now, just testing it out and seeing how it goes. Today I want to dive into it, show you a little bit of what it looks like, how it's all structured and how it works. I've used all kinds of project management tools from Microsoft Project to Trello and Jira and Asana and all those. So I wanted to take a look at this and see how it goes. So one of the main things that you need to get clear first is there's a hierarchy in here. They have first workspaces, and then you move into folders, lists, tasks, and subtasks. So everything's kind of organized in this hierarchy. The workspace, this is the top level hierarchy. This is entirely separate from all the others, so this is really that top level. You can't transfer information between workspaces. They're kind of very, isolated, I guess, from everything. So it's better to keep everything all in one workspace for your company. Spaces, this is the second level in the hierarchy, and this is the first organizational level that you encounter within the workspace. So you can have multiple spaces in a workspace. This is then, after that, you get into folders and lists. So folders allow you to group and organize your lists of tasks, and then obviously lists are different types of lists. So you could have a list for accounting or a list for marketing, and we'll get into that and show you how lists are used to group tasks. And again, so tasks and then subtasks. So tasks are inherent traits from spaces and again are located within a list. They can belong to a parent task and can carry the same traits as the parent task and space task that it's in. So this is the last, subtasks are really the last piece in this whole hierarchy. And you just kind of need to know these concepts to really use the tool to its advantage. And once you're familiar with how this structure works, you'll then be able to apply your work and workflow and all those things to your specific needs. The other thing that you can have is checklists, which are essentially simple nested subtasks. Again, these can be put into a task or story or one of those types of constructs. All right, let's jump into the application. So once you sign up, you'll basically land on this kind of a dashboard where you're seeing spaces. So I'll actually go to everything so you can see what the main kind of list looks like. And we'll just go across the navigation here. So as you can see, you have this sidebar navigation that shows your tasks, which is what we're looking at right now. You then have notifications. So if you set deadlines and your notifications on a particular task, you'll start to see them here. Same thing with the inbox. So you can see what's coming up in terms of work, and this gives you more of a sequential list based on the dates you put in, so that you can get the work done in the right sequence. This is where you can create dashboards and stuff, and we'll get to that. It's a bit more complex where you can use these widgets to report on the data, which again you'll need if you grow and use this tool much with a larger team and as your business grows. So if we go back to the main space here, so as you're seeing, my main space is here, and I have 3 spaces below this workspace, right? So I've got one organized for one of my projects called the Entrepreneur Accelerator, another for the Affiliate Accelerator, and then a client projects. Now I haven't fully transitioned over to Clickup. I've just been using it for a few projects just to see how it works and really play around with it. So when you go into my Entrepreneur Accelerator space, you can see all these different lists. So I have a list for follow-up. Leakage is something where I'm constantly looking for ways to save money and reduce my expenses. I have a list for books to read that relate to my Entrepreneur Accelerator. I have a content calendar, which I'll show you, which is really interesting. Offer ideas and a whole bunch of different things. And then I also have my personal website where I have a list there. So I want to show you a content calendar. This is really interesting, where you can start to just put in the content that you want to create. So as you can see here, the one in progress is the one I'm doing right now. Review of Clickup project management application. So I'm building this video right now, and here you can see the task. I've got details here. You can add subtasks and to-dos and checklists within here. You can label these. But again, a free form description box. where you can add all kinds of details about that, subtasks, attachments, all kind of things. And this really kind of links up with your Google Docs and other useful artifacts that you're using in your business. So you can see on the side here, there's some new tools coming in. Clip, this is about screen capture, documents within this system that I'll show you, notepads, reminders, and new tasks. So again, you got this little navigation here for always creating new tasks or reminders or what have you. So again, as you can see, you can move things very simply, dragging them into the progress. So again, these lists are formed in terms of workflows. And if you're familiar with Trello, you actually have a board view. And I'll show you this, where now you can see the tasks that are open, a little Kanban board view here, in progress, and then closed. So this allows you to reprioritize activities and really get the work done you need to. So if you like Trello, you still get that Kanban board style with the cards for capturing your content. Now again, what's really neat when you create lists, and we'll create one here just to see, you can see new lists. When I create a new list, there's you can rename it. You can create a list from a template, which I don't have any saved right now, but there are a lot of different templates you can use. And then it's as simple as this to create, new tasks. I really like the user interface on this. It's very simple, very easy to use, and it really keeps me organized. So I also have a mobile app which I use to add tasks, which is great when you're on the go, and really helps keep yourself organized. Again, if we add a space, this is kind of neat. We're going to do a test space here just so you can see what it's like to create maybe a new space. So let's say I'm doing a new client, or let's say a new content calendar. When you create these spaces, you go through a little wizard where you can create your own little icons, just an avatar so you can see it on the side here. You can make it private or within your own workspace, which will keep it there. And then here's what's really neat. Here's these templates. So this is what I really like about this tool, is it gives you kind of a starting point. So if you want to do Kanban, here's your active statuses for that Kanban board. Open, in progress, review. Kind of a to-do, doing, and done. You can add statuses as well, depending on what kind of tasks you have in your workflow. Here's another one, which is more content focused. So when you're building blog posts or videos or what have you, this is a bit better workflow, because you get it ready for work, you write, you approval, you reject, and you publish. These are the workflows that you can start off with for something like that. Marketing, same thing. Concept, in progress, running, review. You can create whatever kind of active statuses or workflow steps you want. Again, even Scrum. So if you're doing software development, it allows you to do that as well. So let's do content and just add here. So there's other Click apps, which is something we haven't looked at, but again, allow you to do all kinds of things like time tracking, set priorities, tags, multiple assignees, some other features that are enabled. So we're not going to worry too much about that. Here we're going to create a default list board. We're going to show the calendar, which I didn't show you. And then there's some other ones here we haven't got to, but Gantt and Map, which are coming soon. So again, I love that about Clickup. They're always adding new features. So let's review the space that we just created. So it's our content calendar. We got an avatar with a piece of content on it. It's within our workspace. There's different statuses we talked about, and then the Click apps we're using as a part of this space, and then we hit create. And it's there. So once we start the lists, here's all the folders. So again, let's look at marketing stuff here and go and say, hey, we want to do a promotional calendar. So we're going to use a template. And this is what's so powerful with this tool, is you don't have to conceptualize everything you need. You basically can set up a template as it creates the folder for a content calendar, and boom, there it goes. So to do, still loading, holidays. Look at all these holidays it adds. Makes it super easy to really get you started on creating a promotional calendar. Very cool stuff. So it adds all these tasks, generic, a starting point, right? So you can see, let's look at Valentine's Day here. 10% off deal, there's a promo code added, all kinds of details. Again, this is just a template to get you started, but you can see how this makes you more efficient in building that out. And here's the task list. Forgot to show you the board again. So we showed the board in terms of the tasks and the progress on them, and we never looked at the calendar. So here you can actually look at a calendar. You can view today, you can view by week, again, just to see when your tasks are due, just another view that makes it easier to see, a visual representation of the work. So that's the first kind of kick at ClickUp. There's a lot more to this application. I'm going to dive in more and show you some of the other cool apps and everything, but this was the first review. If you want to give it a trial, you can actually test out this whole application for free. It's basically free to get started, and as you grow, it costs money. So there's nothing stopping you from using it. I'm actually using the free version. It's worth it to try and check it out, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Come back, leave some comments down below, and be interested to learn about what you think about ClickUp and how it works for your business. Thanks. I'm Craig, and great to have you here. We'll talk to you soon.